definitely safe to say that I am an ice cream addict. And ice cream is not one of those things, as you know, that it is advisable to eat on a regular basis. Unless, of course, you're in Italy and you're eating gelato and you have to try every single flavor before you have the same one over again. That is a get out of jail free card. At home, however, in regular daytime life, probably not a good idea. So I have come up with a way to enjoy ice cream without feeling badly about it. The basis is bananas. So I didn't make this recipe up. It's just a really simple one that I use all the time that I want to share with you. So what you do is you take bananas or any other kind of high sugar fruit. So a mango works really well, a mamey sapote, if you're familiar with that tropical fruit. And you cut it up and then you lay it on a baking sheet or a plate that's lined with either parchment paper or plastic wrap, okay? And then you cut them up and freeze them. And then once they're frozen, you put them into a plastic bag. So I keep a plastic bag of frozen bananas in my freezer at all times. And it's generally considered that one large banana would be a serving. I go a little bit more than that personally for myself. But if you have a little more self-control, you do half a banana per person. I'll just do a little bit today. Maybe a little bit. And if your freezer's really cold, you might want to take these bananas out a few minutes ahead of time to thaw a bit. But you want to add a little bit of liquid to the blender. And you can do this in a regular blender or a food processor. I, of course, support the Vitamix wholeheartedly. There's other high-speed blenders that work just as well. But the liquid can be pretty much anything. So you could do any kind of milk. I do cashew milk or coconut milk, sometimes coconut water. If you wanted to do a juice, you could do like an orange juice or a pineapple juice to add a little bit of fruity flavor to it. But you really only need a little bit, just enough to get the blade going. So this is a homemade cashew milk. I'm just gonna add, I don't know, maybe 3 tablespoons or so. And then I'm putting a little bit of vanilla in. Any kind of natural extract would work. Almonds, there's natural coconut extract that's really delicious. Peppermint is really nice, actually. And you can also add chocolate chips to this, cinnamon, peanut butter, white chocolate. You can also do a mixture of bananas and another lower sugar type fruit, like a strawberry works really well, or a pineapple. But trying to do just a strawberry doesn't quite get the creaminess because the strawberry is quite watery, and so the pieces are really hard. So you need something that has that high sugar content in order to make it smooth and rich. And so then I'm just gonna put the lid on, and this is called the tamper. And this is really helpful. This is why a regular blender doesn't work as well, because you need this to kind of guide the fruit towards the blade. Okay, so I'm gonna start on a low. I'm always doing this backwards when I'm demonstrating. It gets a little hairy. So I'm just gonna turn up the dial a little bit, and then I start to push the bananas towards the blade. Of course, you don't want to go too high and too long because it will melt whatever you're blending. But just long enough. Pushing in the corners is where it tends to get stuck. You can also do part banana and part avocado, which sounds a little funky, but you get the richness of the fat of the avocado and the healthy fats, of course. And then you can add a little bit of honey, and that will give you the sweetness, and you get a really nice creamy dessert that's full of healthy fats and a lot of good flavor, and a really neat lime green color. Okay, so you can see in here, it's nice and creamy. And do yourself a favor, if you have a high-speed blender, like, well, really any blender, you want to get a spatula, a rubber spatula that will get down into the blade, because a lot of good yumminess gets trapped in the blade, and you want to be able to guide it out so that nothing goes to waste. So this is one of the only meals I eat during the day sitting down, because I cook for a living, so I'm always standing up and I'm always cooking for other people. So this has become like my everyday comfort food. And it's nice because it's really healthy, and you can add a lot of fun stuff, not only to the mixture itself, but to the top. So I have some vanilla marinated strawberries here that I'm gonna put on top. You can add toasted nuts, chocolate sauce. My husband would wanna add chocolate sprinkles. Not the healthiest thing in the world, but they're fun. They're nostalgic for him as a kid. He used to eat ice cream cones, drowning in them. Let's face it, he still kind of does that. So now we have kind of your makeshift, really healthy ice cream sundae in a way. And really pretty much nothing but banana, vanilla, and a little bit of cashew milk. So, it makes me so happy. It's so creamy and rich and smooth and satisfies that, I don't know, whatever it is about ice cream, there's something about ice cream that makes you feel good no matter what you're doing. You know how it is, whether you're happy, you're sad, it's cold, it's hot. You can always pretty much rely on ice cream to make you feel amazing. So this is how I end pretty much every day feeling amazing and healthy at the same time. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amber Antonelli. For this recipe and more, you can visit thenakedbite.com, where you can eat healthy and inspired, one naked bite at a time. Take care.